says in his... Nick Flynn's latest collection is called My Feelings, which I believe will be officially released in June, but we have copies here at the festival. And all the poets will be signing their books after the reading. Nick's the author of 7 poetry and nonfiction collections, including his memoir, Another Bullshit Night in Suck City, which won the Penn New England Martha Albrand Award for the art of memoir, and was turned into the feature film Being Flynn, starring Robert De Niro. He has been awarded fellowships from the Guggenheim Foundation, the Library of Congress, the Amy Lowell Trust, and the Fine Arts Work Center in Provincetown. Of his new book, My Feelings, Marie Howell says, "Here he is again, writing as if his life depends on it, using every trick he can find to carve the tunnel through the mountain. Words are what he uses. Silence is the sound they make." This is a book I picked up at AWP a few weeks ago, and I have come back to it again and again when I need to be reminded why poetry matters. Please welcome Nick Flynn.
My goodness, lots of people. I have my own tea here, which they wouldn't let me carry to the museum for some reason. Thanks so much, January, and everyone at the Mass Poetry Festival for doing this. It's really an honor to be here, to be back in Massachusetts, where I'm from. This does creak a lot up here. And to read with Denise and Adrian, really a pleasure. And I got to take the train up with my dear friends, Rachel, Eliza Griffith, and Greg Pardlow, up from Brooklyn. We took the train up. I was pointing out to Rachel, to Eliza, the saltwater marshes that we're passing. And I was realizing I have this thing, I just think they're the most beautiful landscape in the world. But I think I'm probably like, I have a friend in Minnesota who, when he drives me from Minneapolis up to his place upstate in Minnesota, he thinks, he looks out, he says, like, isn't this the most beautiful landscape? And I don't see anything. So it's probably, maybe it was the same for you, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe you saw nothing when I pointed out the marshes. I'm going to start with a poem for I want to say hi to Jericho also. When did you sneak in?
I didn't sneak.
They just let you in?
I just walked in. I have my own tea.
Oh, why did I know you were here?
Because I didn't properly report it to you.
Well, welcome. Are you reading here?
Tomorrow, yes.
Oh, good. What time?
I think 12, 15 or 12:30, something.
I shall go to see that.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'm
on
coming
the...
in. You're reading tomorrow too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I want to read, this is a poem that, we'll get back to that later. Yeah. This is a poem that Denise put in an anthology. It's from my first book of poems. There's an anthology called Sweet Jesus, on the ultimate icon about Jesus, and she made a little chocolate Jesus that she took a bite out of for the cover. It's called, and this is after Provincetown, so emptying town after Provincetown. Each fall, this town empties, leaving me drained, standing on the dock, waving bye-bye, the white handkerchief stuck in my throat. You know the way Jesus rips open his shirt to show us his heart, all flaming and thorny, the way he points to it. I'm afraid the way I miss you will be this obvious. I have a friend who everyone warns me is dangerous. He hides bloody images of Jesus around my house for me to find when I come home. Jesus behind the cupboard door, Jesus tucked into the mirror. He wants to save me, but we disagree from what? My version of hell is someone ripping open his shirt and saying, "Look what I did for you." I read that at a Catholic college. The first question, we had a Q&A afterwards, and the first question was that this nun asked me, she said, her question was, are you afraid of the cross? I said, hell yeah. I want to read a piece for my father. This is also from the first book. I'm going to read a couple. My father died last year, so I'd like to read this. This is me first writing about him, and then I'll read a poem from the recent book. It's called Father Outside. A black river flows down the center of each page, and on either side the banks are wrapped in snow. My father is ink falling in tiny blossoms, a bottle wrapped in a paper bag. I want to believe that if I get the story right, we will rise, newly formed, that I'll stand over him again as he sleeps outside under the church halogen. Only this time I will know what to say. It's night and it's snowing and starlings fill the trees above us, so many it seems, the leaves sing. I can't see them until they rise together at some hidden signal and hold the shape of the tree for a moment before scattering. I wait for his breath to lift his blanket, so I know he's alive, letting the story settle into the shape of this city. 3 girls in the park begin to sing something holy, a song with a lost room inside it, as their prayer book comes unglued and scatters. I'll bend each finger back until the bottle falls, until the bone snaps, save him by destroying his hands. With the thaw, the river will rise and he will be forced to higher ground. No one will have to tell him. From my roof, I can see the East River. It looks blackened with oil, but it's only the light. Even now, my father is asleep somewhere. If I followed the river north, I could still reach him. Now I want to read another one, jump ahead.